Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I
Hi guys, it's Friday, and that means it's time for me to talk about things that happened. This is Lily's News. I'm Lily. How are you? Hi, Crystalline. What's going on? Let's see. For those who will be coming on in, I posted a video today on my other channel. I was nervous. I haven't made a video in a long time on that channel. We've been streaming, and then in life that happened, so that's really cool. I'm really excited that I did that. It didn't end well ticket wise, but but it was okay. What do we have to talk about today? We have Jennifer Lopez in the news still. Jennifer Lopez, we talked about Jennifer Lopez last week and how she was really feeling herself and really wanted to. Oh, thank you, Crystalline. I wish I won more. I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of didn't jump back. Okay, rewind. I think that was kind of one of the reasons I didn't jump back into that channel as fast as I probably could have. It's just because I cannot win anything. So that was really kind of frustrating, but I just gotta get back over it like I used to. I also used to win more. But Jennifer Lopez is back in the news. She never left. Jennifer Lopez went through her moment of trying to relive life from the block and just got called out over and over and over again online, which I thought was hilarious. A lot of people have been coming forward. Actually, let me send that to my computer. A lot of people are coming forward and reminding folks, us, content ingesters, that Jennifer Lopez very clearly did not sing all of her songs. Did not sing all of her songs. So I'm just going to send these TikToks to my computer super quick because I think it'll be just like the confirmation that we all as people need. That like she's not the vocalist that that she tried to convince us that she was. I mean, I'm sure she's fine in like overall essence of being able to sing. Maybe she sucks. But I know I'm not going to claim that I can sing, but so she's back in the news this week because of her shows. So she came out with her album, which dropped next to the This Is Me Now movie, that was like 100% AI generated. And then she was going to follow all of that up with a tour, a very wide ranging tour of the This Is Me Now content. I don't know, it's very strange. I don't know what she was going to do, but her asking price for tickets is astronomical. There's been a lot of talk about how much she's worth versus how much she's asking for. And it even came out that due to the lack of interest in purchases of tickets, there have been shows that have been like canceled there because no one's buying her tickets for like $500 to, I don't know, $1,200 for floor seats. It's very, hi Jen, how are you? It was very interesting to see when Beyonce was on tour, her floor seats, her tickets were like, I don't know, $400 or $500, and J-Lo is asking for like $1,100, which is very strange. I honestly don't even think Taylor Swift's like Eras tour was that expensive. Like, I don't know where she thought she could get away with filling seats with those prices, but she's not, and no one's, and it's not that no one's just gonna buy them. People are going to talk more about her and not buy them. So it's just bad publicity all around. And I think she, like I said last week, I really wanted to see Jennifer Lopez like really accept the silliness that was like her, like, oh, when my hair's out like this reminds me when I was 16, running up and down the block, going to the bodega and getting a ham and cheese on a roll. Like, embrace the silliness that is you. Like, you are trying to get everyday human beings to pay $1,000 to watch you not sing songs that aren't good because they're not even like chart topping songs. Her album did not do good. It did not hit. It did not slap. It was garbage. Jen says, dying, LOJK. I've been sick for 2 weeks, 2 different bugs. Oh my gosh, Jen, I am so sorry. That sucks. That is really crappy. So Jennifer Lopez wants all of your money. Give her all of your money to watch her not sing. I'm gonna play these TikToks. So this is a girl. So this is a woman who made it known on TikTok. Let me just pull these up. Okay, so this is a woman who made it known on TikTok that J-Lo's a one-hit wonder as far as I'm concerned. Well, she cannot have my money. I think she dried up. She should stick to acting. Jennifer Lopez is not going to have any of my money. She can have some of my words, though, because I just think it's so funny. How can you expect... Why would you want people... Natasha Ramos, why would you want people to spend $1,000 on a show? That's a lot of money. Like, why would you ask somebody for that? if you weren't completely out of touch with reality. Like she was what? If we found out she was what, in her 50s? I think she's in her 50s. I think she's like really early 50s or maybe
54 years old.
Yeah, so mid 50s. I don't know about you, but I'm not paying $1,000 to watch anybody in their mid 50s do anything. I'm not going to do it. Especially someone who is already so extravagantly rich, you can sit down and say to a friend, cancel or change the date of your wedding so you can be in my movie. Like, no. The arrogance is out of order. I think she dried up. She Jennifer Lopez needs to touch grass because we don't care about her. We don't care about Ben. We don't care about her, who she's dating, who she's seeing. She's in her damn 50s. I'm not giving $1,000 to lip sync. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And no one else is doing it. That's why she's canceling shows. So, Natasha Ramos is a vocalist. She has a fantastic voice. And she hit TikTok with some information. So the comment that she's responding to is, how many songs was it? I thought it was just Jenny from the Block. So watch
I'm
this
on
one.
my way to work and I wanted to just like answer a question while I'm at a stoplight. No, I was on more. I was on 4 other songs. I was on I'm Glad, The One, Loving You, Baby I Heart You, and Jenny from the Block. I feel like all of the other ones, excluding Jenny from the Block, are very much true blue background vocals. I think the problem with Jenny from the Block is that they cut my laugh and they kept ad-libs and they turned her vocals like all the way down, and the From the Bronx part is me, and it's just, yeah.
You can really see like how like emotional it made. Like she felt the emotions talking about for 1 full minute about what she was on, what they cut and what they used, and how when J-Lo is referring to herself as the little 16-year-old girl from the block, that wasn't even her in her song. That blew up, like a, ugh. Okay. And then we get this piece of magic. Steve, could you turn up the headphones just a little bit?
Yeah.
Yes, I can, and yes, I will. You ready? You ready?
So the question was, can you sing a little part of the song for us?
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the Block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the Block. Used to have a little, now I have a little. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. From the Bronx! And yes, that is definitely me saying from the Bronx. No, I'm not from the Bronx. I'm from Connecticut. But that's my voice. That's me. That's me. That's me. Me. Yeah.
So basically, I mean, it's like living proof that what Jennifer Lopez is the most like notably known, famous for. I guess we could even honestly say infamous for, because she's famous for the Jenny from the Block. But was she, and did she? Because we have like human breathing singing proof that Natasha and Ashanti were like way more in the studio, and Jennifer Lopez was just making music videos. That's just kind of what I'm feeling. Allegedly. We should say. Still alleged. It's all still alleged. Anywho, Jennifer Lopez, you cannot have my money. Touch grass. $1,000 to get a seat at one of your concerts is absolutely ridiculous. No, like, stop. What have you done? What have you done for me lately, Jennifer Lopez? Because you have just produced a really weird movie and a not so great album. And like, as of right now, the only person hyping Jennifer Lopez up is Jennifer Lopez, because no one else is doing it. You can tell by listening to the music that's not her. Yeah. Oh yeah. And like, you can hear like in like the song, like if you listen to every single J-Lo song, just like in a row, and yes, microphones change, studios change, voices change over time. She, especially from her 20s to her 50s, voices will change. We all remember like Miley Cyrus when she was Hannah Montana, and to now, there's a definitive voice change. I mean, her voice now is, I'm not a massive Miley Cyrus fan, but if it was like, hey, this is the only like event that you're going to go to for like a year, but it costs $1,000, or you don't get to go, like, or you don't do anything, you just like go to work, go to the grocery store and go home, I would pay $1,000 to go see Miley Cyrus, because I know it would be a fantastic show. Like, I know that the voice, the vocals, the vibes, everything would be so good, because she's constantly giving us greatness. And that's just like one example. There was what I saw on the internet for Jennifer Lopez, there was the conversation of why a tour and not a residency, which I thought was a really interesting question. Why a tour, Jennifer Lopez, and not a residency? One, mid-50s, you are going to exhaust yourself a hell of a lot faster than someone in their 20s or their 30s going on tour, especially like a nationwide tour. Maybe she's going up to Canada. Maybe she's going to fly over to Europe. Like, that's a lot. You're going to exhaust yourself so much faster just because of your age. I'm not saying that she's elderly, but there's a big difference between 50s. I mean, there's a big difference between where I am right now and where I was 10 years ago. Like, that's crazy. I like Miley over J-Lo for sure. Oh, Miley is absolutely brilliant. Like, Nepo baby, but absolutely brilliant nonetheless. And Adele just did, is she still in Vegas? She might still, I don't know if she still is, but she had a very long residency, if not still ongoing, in Vegas. And she's been, every show sold out night after night. But you don't have to go anywhere. You chill, you're comfortable, you show up, you perform, you go to sleep, you don't have to travel anywhere. You know what you're doing, you can make slight changes, but it's on like your own time, and like you make the decisions. There's not much like other influence that you have to deal with, especially from like a stage manager like point of view. Like, every theater is different. Every theater or performance space has different rules, regulations, how can we have enough hands over here, it's all like constantly planning. The people around you get exhausted a hell of a lot faster, so that's a big thing. That's a big thing for something that was not extremely successful. And it was very fast after the album came out. It was really, really fast. It was like, 3-4 weeks after like the movie and the album. And it's like, oh, by the way, we're going on tour. Sales are open. Give me all your money. Very strange. I think a residency would have been a better idea for sure. So I agree with that sentiment that I've been seeing on like Reddit and stuff. But still, she decided to sell tickets for $1,000. It's not going to work. No, she's not welcomed here. Jen. No, she's not welcomed here. I saw this the other day, and Times Union, this was from yesterday, Times Union newspaper out of the Albany area. I was talking about it. So I'm going to put this in full screen, and I think we're just going to read this, and I'll just kind of have a silly little laugh just because we're not directly affected. I mean, if you are from the Albany area, please tell me if you are also smelling this. She needs to go get some voice lessons. All I heard when I read that was she needs some milk. Okay. So there has been a persistent smell in parts of Albany for like almost a year at this point, but it is like increasingly getting worse, and people are increasingly getting fed up about it. So this is an article from Times Union called As Smell Persists Along I-787 in Albany, a New Possible Source Emerges. And I have to read you this article because it is absolutely fantastic. Whoever wrote this, which Patrick Tyne, absolutely well done. The amount of silliness within this article just makes it a little easier to digest, even though it's absolutely awful to digest. And since we are coming up on summertime, when things that smell and then get hot smell worse, it's so funny. Okay, so it's a photo of the Rensselaer County wastewater treatment plant. Okay. All right. We got it. Major props to Patrick Tyne. Thank you. Drivers on Interstate 787 staring down another work week were treated again to the relentless, nauseating smell of human waste as they motored through Albany and neighboring communities. A new clue about the origin of the offending smell has emerged, but more on that outsider in a moment. Okay. The stink, like, it just smells stink. It's just so funny. The stink has persisted for months, and officials on the west side of the river have not sniffed out the case. Angelo Gaudio, the Albany County Water Purification District's executive director. Okay, imagine, like, you know those nameplates when it's like CEO, assistant director, Albany County Water Purification District's executive director, the longest desk nameplate ever, has been smelling it too. We have seen it. We have seen it coming off exits on I-787 and down in Menands on certain days, on hot days, probably most likely, or hot and windy days. So Gaudino said they're compiling complaints. Yeah, and that the State Department of Environmental Conservation has been in touch as part of its investigation to the smell. He noted that the district's plant has been in its current location since the 70s, and the procedures have been like the same since then. They have, though, switched odor control chemicals from endamol, which is a mixture of sodium hydroxide and sodium chloride, to hydrogen peroxide. So both substances are commonly used to minimize odors in wastewater treatment. Okay, so clearly the hydrogen peroxide is not doing its job, because if the smell started after they switched, it's not like, let's just narrow it down here. The noxious odors, I just can't. The thesaurus, this author used, this journalist author, what do they like to be called? Must be exhausted. The noxious odors commonly associated with sewage treatment plants are caused by hydrogen sulfide and the inherently smelly sewage treatment business. Gaudio said that they do their best to mitigate unpleasant emissions from the plant. Like, why can't we just get straight to the point? Like, it reeks of shit. Can we not have it reek of shit anymore? Because it didn't, and now it does. Can we go back to maybe it not doing that? Allison McLean Lane, who represents Menands and the Albany County legislator, has also been trying to track down the source while fielding complaints from constituents and trying to keep at bay the rumors on community Facebook pages. I could only imagine. I'm not in that area, but I could only imagine, like, the hasty, snarky comments about this stink. Like, a region in my city is using dog poo for energy. I call that place water poo. It's so funny. No municipal government wants to be a source of what is a nuisance to the community. This is more than just a nuisance to the community. It's like something came in the other day, and someone's like cologne spilt all over it, and it has been smelling up this space for what, like a week at this point, maybe? Monday. So 5 days, 5 solid days of just the overwhelming stench of an actually pretty nice cologne. It wasn't awful. But like headaches, tired eyeballs, needing to go get fresh air ASAP, like getting tired, like it has an effect. And that's not even like a terrible smelling smell. Imagine just living in a town and your home smells of poo because they decided to go with hydrogen peroxide instead of whatever it was called, sodium hydroxide and sodium chloride. Could you imagine? Like, no, go back. No, pop that chloride in. We can't just have the poo linger. Albany's already having a tough time. It can't also just smell like shit all the time. Let's see. No municipal government wants to be a source of what is a nuisance to the community. Duh. Okay, so Gaudio could not say definitively that the Albany plant never smells, but suggested there might be other sources. So now the conspiracies roll in. Gaudio, who was the Albany County Water Purification District's executive director, is saying, look, sometimes our plant can get a little overwhelmed with the stink and it kind of spreads, but who's to say it's actually us? Conspiracy is a myth, because Gaudio's claiming it's not us. Sometimes, yeah, little stinky it's hot summer day, sure. But like, guys, it's not us. So where is it coming from then? So if Gaudio's like, no. My plant, never. Couldn't be. A possible culprit could be a mile away across the Hudson River at the Rensselaer County Sewer District plant. They're literally, it's like it is the Spider-Man meme where they're like just pointing at each other. A possible culprit could be a mile away from the Hudson River at the Rensselaer County Sewer District plant. Plant Operations and Management Director Jason Keeler did not respond to repeated requests for comment for this story. So, Rensselaer County spokesperson Rich Christ also did not respond to specific questions about operations at the plant. The DEC did not provide answers about possible issues at the plant, referring back to an earlier statement about the department's ongoing investigation into the smell. On a visit to the Water Street plant Wednesday afternoon, a Times Union reporter, guys, this is horrifying. A Times Union reporter encountered an overpowering, eye-watering odor in public parts of the facility, including near administrative offices where one person could be seen suffering while working. I added the suffering. The smell bore a striking olfactory resemblance to Monday morning stench and the ongoing smell that many in the area have noticed over the last 8 months. In the ongoing saga of the smell, it cannot be ruled out that though Albany has smelt it, Rensselaer County may have dealt it. This is one of the best Times Union articles I have ever read. Hi, Demi, how are you? It's good to see you. This is one of the best Times Union articles I've ever read. This is, I mean, the conspiracy of the stink, like where is the stink coming from? I don't know. For the which one was it? The Rensselaer. Yeah, so for the Rensselaer County Sewer District plant to not make any comments whatsoever, pretty sketch. Also pretty sketch for Gaudio to be like, it's them. It's not us. Promise. But then to have stinky like administrative areas, you couldn't pay. Look, I have nothing but props, good energy, good vibes to those who are able to work in that plant. I hope they have the best dental, vision, health insurance, retirement plan. I hope they make bank, right? They all drive Porsche, Audis, Volkswagens. You know, I hope they're all living the dream life, because you could not pay me enough to even work at a desk if it's going to be stank. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can't. It's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. So I'll keep you guys posted on the stink, on the Albany stink. That sucks. The earthquake. Let's talk about it. Today at 10 something, there was an earthquake in Jersey, New York City. It was not necessarily a big one, but it reached far and wide. We even felt it all the way up here, above Albany, which is crazy. We felt it all the way up here, way above Albany. And I think there were reports of feeling it in like Maine. So it's very interesting. I have this CNN article up about kind of the updates from just a couple hours ago. Actually updated 5:28 p.m. today. Oh, updated just a couple minutes ago. Okay. I live in Dutchess County, New York. I did not feel... You didn't feel it? Wow. We felt a rumble, like a little, like a, you know, it was like, whoa, uneasy. It didn't like click immediately that it was an earthquake. Steve actually texted everyone out and he's like, did you guys feel that? I was like, what? Wait, what did I feel? Yeah, it was an earthquake. We felt the rumblings all the way up here. So the earthquake actually happened 5 kilometers underneath the ground, which is 60,000 feet. I put it in feet. 5 kilometers to feet. No. Let's do miles. 3 miles underground. 3 miles underground, which is not that far, right? Like not like you could walk 3 miles. Probably take you a while if there's like hills and stuff, but it's not that far underground. But we're also not used to it, so we kind of feel things when it's very strange. Okay. One new update. Let me update this. No injuries or major damage in Northeast after a morning quake in Jersey. What to know to get caught up. So that was 5 minutes ago. So I'm hearing things that it was like there's not many injuries. There's not many issues. There are some houses with structural damage. A couple of aftershocks. I don't think we could feel any aftershocks all the way up here. Just because they continue to get sort of smaller or like just settle, like this says. Here's a timeline of the aftershocks. So 10:23 was the 4.8 magnitude earthquake, 11:20 2.0 magnitude aftershock, 17 minutes later 1.8, 12 minutes later 2.0, 2 minutes later no. How many? Oh, just under an hour, 1.8 to 2.2. So all kind of in the same realm of nothing major or massive. Now, to say a 4.8 magnitude earthquake isn't major, it is major, especially where it was centralized to. I don't know. I feel like we got a little lucky. Hey, Ronnie, what's going on? I did not feel the earthquake in Mechanicville. Isn't that weird? That is very strange. I was sitting. I don't know. I was sitting with like both my feet on the ground. So like maybe that was why. I feel like maybe if you're just kind of walking around or like in a car, like I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, I was like, it was weird. I felt immediately like nauseous, like my stomach was like, what? Ooh, I don't feel good. And then it like passed. It's very strange feeling. And we've had earthquakes up here. We're just not used to them. We're just not used to them. We just don't get a lot of them. And when we do, they're not like these really big, like wall shaker earthquakes. 4.8 is big, but it's not like California big or like tsunami maker big, you know? It's very strange. But I thought this video was funny. This is kind of like a quick compilation that they made of people reacting.
We're following breaking news out of New York right now. A 4.8 magnitude earthquake rattling the tri-state area just a few moments ago. Initial reports indicate the shaking was felt in New York, in New Jersey, down in Philadelphia, as well as Washington.
See, like,
was felt in New York, in New Jersey,
showing it in like
rattling the tri-state area just a few moments ago. Initial reports indicate the shaking was felt.
Do you need? Oh no, I'm good.
New York, in New Jersey, down in Philadelphia, as well as Washington, D.C., where I am right now. The NYPD says no damages or injuries have been reported.
I've lived in New York City my whole life. Never have I experienced what we just did shortly before 10:30 this morning. I was about to leave the apartment, and suddenly everything started shaking. I could feel the floor was shaking. I could hear the dishes in my cabinets were rattling.
The videos, the security footage. So there was the 3 neighboring homes in New Jersey evacuated after reporting structural damage. The strongest, so supposedly this was, I thought it was interesting, today's earthquake was the strongest in New Jersey in more than 240 years, which is wild. Like, epicenter. So if we had the epicenter here, there was, people were able to feel it all the way up here and like through this area, and I'm like all the way up here, and we were able to feel it as well. Very weird, very strange. I didn't feel it in Ontario, Canada. Yeah, that, I don't know if that would have, because it was faint here. It was just kind of like, what's going on? Not like, we're having an earthquake feeling. It was just kind of like, woozy. Yeah, so that's just kind of what I wanted to say. Then just look at all these ads. Look at all these, so many freaking ads about everything. I hope no one was injured in it. I know earthquakes can be really damaging, so I'm glad it wasn't as awful. I mean, it very easily could have been really terrible. Like, if the epicenter was like probably closer to New York City, I mean, like, I feel like the taller the buildings, the more like subject you possibly, I don't just, so when it comes to so these are the questions. These are questions, open-ended if you guys know. Building these skyscrapers on the East Coast, is earthquake something they take into account? Because I know it is out in California. Every building that goes up on the West Coast, like California, wherever earthquakes are common, or like when they happen, they're large and can be devastating. It comes into the equation of building a building. Is it part of the equation of building a skyscraper or just any building on the East Coast? I don't know. I'm not an architect. I don't know those things. Do we have like earthquake inspections? I don't know. Those are just questions. I don't have the answers to that, but all right, let's talk about let's talk about this last thing for the day. There is this girl. I don't know if I was telling you guys that I just can't with the Amish. I can't. I don't know what it is. I mean no disrespect by it. I just have a hard time. I don't know if I was just telling the guys here or not. I just have a hard time with a community of people willingly removing children from education to work, and the community also being like able to get away with certain horrific crimes. It should be on any coast. It should be on any coast. It should be. I don't know. I don't mean any, if you're Amish and you're watching, I don't hate you personally, but I haven't come across anything that the Amish, like the conservative Amish, do that I appreciate. I know that's like so mean. I don't like the Amish. I don't like it. To me, it's a cult, that is, like a lot of cults, run by men who believe they have some ability and knowledge of God and knows what that God wants and is able to tell and command his wife and children to live a life that would be approved by a God. Like, I don't know. It's very, I don't like it. Removing children by like age 8 or something like that from education, because you wouldn't want them to be able to fully understand the world around them, and then giving an uneducated 16, 17, 18-year-old the ability to test a life outside of the world of Amish culture, without proper education, without proper understanding, without proper awareness of the world around them, and then disown them if they decide that they want to live in a world with, electricity and television and shopping malls, and shun them, leave them. It's either everybody that you know and love, or a completely different life on your own without any support or knowledge or education. So like I don't like that. And yes, they have really great recipes for bread and pies, but that does not outweigh, in my opinion, the horrific effects that it can have on humans and their ability to be humans and live life to the fullest. And that is different for everybody. Living life to the fullest for someone may be not having electricity and farming. Maybe. But I would just like to make sure that that person who is living life to their fullest in that state is aware of the other things that are available. If they are, then that's fine. But if they're not, then are they really living life to the fullest? And religion is a cult, if you think about it, Jen. Yeah. And I don't want to say all religion is a bad cult. There are good cults, like there are good, in essence, good cults. There are, working out, you can be in like the gym culture, right? And that can be a good cult for you if you're able to not perpetuate like, oh, if you're not at the gym 6 days a week, 3 hours a day, then you're a scumbag. Like if you're like, oh, we love to work out and be healthy and have fun and look at us climbing and hiking, like that to me, that can be a good cult. It can also be one of the worst cults in the world. But yes, I agree that to an extent, all religion is a cult, but that does not negate the support, the love, the caringness that can exist within different religions. And that's just my opinion. I have friends who follow all different religions at all different levels. I have Muslim friends and I have Muslim coworkers, and I 100% support their choice. Like, in Ramadan, they are fasting, from sunup to sundown, and I am there for them, and I support, and we celebrate Eid, so I support the good, but I do draw a line, and I mean, obviously I don't have friends in my life that are able to step over any of the boundaries that I draw, but I do draw the line at any of the awful things of religion. There are plenty. We don't need to talk about it. Hi, Deborah. But yeah, I think there's good and there's bad. Religion can exist to me in both the good and bad cult sectors. When it comes to Amish, to me, it's all bad. And it's just, I've had personal experiences with Amish where I went to college. There was a large Amish and also Mennonite communities. They're very separate communities. It hurts my heart. It's I don't know, if you've ever been on a drive out in the country and you see a farm stand and it's an Amish farm stand and there's these young girls that just are dirty and they're like perma dirt and like grease and set in the like emotionless, and when I see little kids running around, it's like, oh, they're little kids. They have so much energy. Good for them, right? Like, yes, go play, experience, touch, learn. I love it. But to see like fear almost in like a 12-year-old's eyes selling pies because they're like coming into contact with those who don't follow the same lifestyle, it's really hard for me. And I would love to have a conversation with a person in the Amish community who could tell me more and give me more information or maybe even try to convince me that it's not awful. But where I stand right now, it is awful. But also this situation is also awful. Sarah Joy. She was known as on TikTok. I think that's just her actual name. Sarah Joy was on TikTok, and she was it was like the plain girl, Sarah Joy on TikTok, and she didn't necessarily go by Amish. She didn't necessarily go by as Mennonite. There's like the plain life, which to me would be more of a Mennonite experience instead of like an Amish experience, but her hashtags and her like descriptions were always like Amish and Mennonite. So she went by all of that, and then she posted a video. Let me try to find this video. It's really hard to find because she took everything down. So she posted a video on how she had to stop making TikTok videos. And mind you, she's in the dress of Amish. She, in my opinion, would put on a little accent. And she would make a video. She made a video, and it was very much that's her in sort of like a hostage situation. So it was very much like, I have to no longer make videos because the pastor is coming, and I want to be able to tell him that I no longer have TikTok on my phone, so I can not be disowned by my community. Right? It was very, very hostage. And now, so we all saw that on like our For You page. And then we kind of went back and listened to watched some of her other videos and everything like that. And she was having, there was companies that were supporting her with like, you can have like a promotional code, Sarah Joy at companies, and she would get, portion of profits and all that stuff. She posted all about her Amish life. She posted, this is the field that we ran around and rolled in and cut grass, and look at this bridge that's in a creek on the land that I grew up on and it fell down. And so all of that happened. That this person was convincing hundreds of thousands to millions of people online that she was living as an Amish woman while making TikToks and kind of going through the process in her brain, like the thought process of, I like this world of making TikToks. I like this world of communicating with so many people, but this is not accepted in the Amish world, Mennonite world, plain world that I also exist in and want to live in. So she's like being torn. And then in her video, she makes it known that she cannot do this because it's against her community that she wants to be a part of. Well, it also came out from another creator that she wasn't always Amish, that she chose to be Amish, and there were photos of her in makeup, younger, friends. So it came out, so Sarah had to tell everyone that she was a convert, that she converted to the Amish life, to the plain life. And like, so that was already like kind of red flag number one. Like, wait, so you haven't been Amish your entire life, so you know what like cell phones are, you know electricity, you know running water, you know cell phones, computers, televisions, you know all of this, the cars, but you're choosing this. Okay, that's fine. You can choose that. Like I said, if you know all the options and you want to choose that, then that's fine. That's your choice. But I think limiting people's options and forcing them to choose something is completely different. Okay, that's fine. And then it came out that it was not quite even that. Let me just preface this by saying I knew somebody in college who decided to tell everybody that she had cancer and that she was starting treatments ASAP. And everyone surrounded her, support, kindness, what you would expect people to do, especially on a college campus where you live on campus and you are surrounded by the same people every single day, to do if you tell them that you have cancer. So when we all heard that she had cancer, we listened, we researched, we talked, what can we do to help? We offered help. We offered rides to treatment. We offered this, we offer up so that the person who is going through cancer can have some sort of, okay, well, I don't have to worry about getting rides to treatment. Okay, that's a little stress off my back. I don't have to worry about missing classes. That's a little stress off my back. I don't have to worry about my notes. That's a little stress off my back. Okay, like those little things add up to a person that you were friends with. And then it came out months later that person was, I like to say, lying. Other people said it was a social experiment. I choose the word lying through their teeth. I don't know if that's ever happened to any of you, but it has happened to me and a couple people that I know, that someone has said that they're doing this and then claimed that it was a social experiment to see how people would react. Awful. So it kind of came out that Miss Sarah Joy was I wouldn't say running a social experiment, but was lying about being Amish at all, about being a girl in the plain world at all. When it came out like in 2023, like just a couple of months ago, that this wasn't even part of her life in any way, shape, or form. It got to the point where she was trying to imply, it felt like, that she was doing this to bring awareness to those who are in the Amish community who have suffered S crimes. We've, like Madeline Soto, remember, childhood S crimes against them, which I think is something that needs to be talked about as well. But I don't think faking being Amish and potentially taking money from people who feel bad for you or care about you to the point where they're offering you money, food, things to be mailed to you in a P.O. box, a place to stay if you need to leave the community and have nowhere to go. Because that's what people were doing. They were offering her everything. I have a room, I have a couch, I have clothes, I have shoes, I have, do you want to, if you set up a Cash App, we'll all donate. Do you need a GoFundMe? We'll all donate. Make sure you're okay if you want out of the Amish plain life Mennonite community so you can continue making your TikToks. You have a massive following. If you like doing the little soap reviews, if you want to do that, we'll support you. Because she had hundreds of thousands of people supporting her. And so after all this information sort of wiggled its way out, she left. She deleted her account, all the videos. There's only kind of stitches and reposts of her videos. And honestly, you don't even want to watch it. But someone who was really affected by it and who was one of the, like, a really big reason that her following got to where it was. I dislike fakeness. I hate people that lie about they have cancer. I had 2 family members pass away of cancer. Cancer is nothing to lie about. Cancer is nothing to lie about. And when I heard that girl in college lied about having cancer and basically just wanted attention, like it's the epitome of attention-seeking behavior. I don't want to say I wish her the worst, but I wish her what she deserves. Because I don't think a single one of our professors, if it was for like a project or something, which I think she said it was like, a senior project, social experiment, blah, blah, blah. I don't think a single one of our professors would have agreed to that. If they did, also wish them what they deserve as well, because that's garbage. Absolute garbage. Trash. Into the trash. Suckage. Trash. Are they the reason Albany stinks? Probably. So one of the main reasons that Sarah Joy got to the point that she did on TikTok was because of the support from Miss Mama Tot. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mama Tot on TikTok. She is massive. She is the mama of TikTok. Like, she is the TikTok mom that we all love and adore and would literally go to war for. She also goes by like Shoe Lover 99. Mama Tot was a big supporter of Sarah Joy, and when Mama Tot supports it, it calls in everybody else. The whole Mama Tot army comes in and says, we got you. Like, we are right there behind Mama Tot. Like, we trust, we believe, we're there. And so Mama Tot was there, so all of her followers were there too. And what the craziest thing is that when you go against Mama Tot, or you kind of have like a lie and she finds out, it doesn't really end well for the creator who is a liar. Because the followers, the lovers that battle alongside Mama Tot will fire back at you just as hard. So yeah. So this is Mama Tot's video where she was expressing her discomfort following the Sarah Joy incident.
I don't trust nobody on this app no more. All right? Nobody. Not you neither. I don't trust nobody. Don't believe in them people. They get on this app that you have seen do it over and over again, okay? Over and over and over again. Get on here and tell you the same story, okay? That they're this and they're that and they don't have this and they don't have that. And you've been seeing them say that for years. Don't believe them, okay? Don't believe them. It's all a lie. All of it. All of it. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. And they pull on your soft little heart and they make you feel sorry for them. It's called emotional manipulation. I've learned it. I learned it. I had to Google it. I know exactly what it is. And it has been done to me several times. Okay? Several times. So if you're one of those good-hearted people and you keep seeing the same person on this app screaming and crying about the same thing, but that same person has not did anything to prevent that from happening in their life, okay? Because every time you see them, they're right there in front of their phone doing the same thing, okay? Doing the same thing. Wanting you to rescue them out of something that they won't rescue themselves out of, okay?
And I think that's a great sentiment to kind of end this on. I have a few humans in my life where it's like, if you didn't do anything at all, and I'm not saying to stop it, whatever it is, but to stop it from happening again and again and again, to trying to fix it at all, but just complaining and then allowing it all to like just the circle. We know the circle. We all know the circle, right? We all have people who just kind of exist in the circle of, oh my God, fix it for me. Oh my God, fix it for me. Oh my God, fix it for me. And they never learn how to fix it for themselves. Yeah. I think everyone should be familiar with emotional manipulation. And this is why I'm just like, I'm always so skeptical about everything online, especially when it comes to people who have this story that feels so... I have people in my life like that too. Yes. And so, Crystalline, it's so frustrating because when it's people that you love, and now mind you, the people that I know, I wouldn't say I even love them because I can't anymore, right? It's people that you love. It always hurts when something bad or crazy or terrifying or scary happens to them. But it hurts more fighting against wanting to help. And like, that was something that I needed to learn. Like, you can't help someone who only wants help from someone else, and not like help to learn how to help themselves or help to, get them to a place where they can help them. Like they only want help from someone else to fix it directly. Like, hey, you fix this so I can not worry and then get myself into another thing, you know? Like, it's that constant, and it's like, oh, well, you know, they need this, they need that, they need this, they need that, they need this. Okay, well, they, you know, they just said this and that. But like, well, I need to go take a damn nap. Like, I need to have lunch today, right? Like, I need to, for me, that's them. Like, they have to figure it out. I hope Sarah Joy is in a situation where she can figure it out on her own, and that she may have someone around her who knows the truth, that she was just joshing, she was just yanking some legs on TikTok, but it's not a good look. Because when you get to a point where you have hundreds of thousands of people who know your face, it's going to probably happen a lot that you're going to run into someone who knows your face from the things that you did on the internet, right? And it can very quickly turn into a real life situation instead of an online situation. So, anyhow, that's that. I don't know. I think, am I in camp? I think the whole poop factory was, did Belle win?
No.
Oh.
I picked up her. I'll tell you about it.
Okay. I think the poop factory story is probably the best story of the week. You can't help people that don't want to help themselves. I learned that the hard way, or they won't help if you need help. That's the other thing, Crystalline, is that the people who are always, I need this, can you do this? I need this happened to me. I need, won't even blink an eye when you, just the one time in the forever that you need something, like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I got my, oh, no, not me. I can't be bothered. Anyhow, that's that for me. We're going. I'm leaving. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm making Steve go like this. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you sometime during the week. We got to do some cash words on Wednesday. That's for sure. So I'll see you guys on Cash Word Wednesday. For sure. I already bought them. So Cash Word Wednesday is all set. And I will see you guys next Friday here. Maybe I'm thinking something true crimey. Something true crimey. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. I love you. Be good.